Hello Virgos and welcome to Deku Tarot. I'm going to be doing your mid to the end of February and Valentine's Day love reading for singles and couples. Okay, Virgos. This is for Virgo Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. It will not resonate and cannot resonate with all of you, and that's okay. Do check out the videos and the readings for your other placements for your February 2019 monthly, as well as your love readings. There's a lot of important messages for the whole month in the monthly, and you should be checking out your Venus placement for your love readings as well. Alrighty, Virgos. So after the 14th, active practicality will be assuming an overriding importance in our lives, which for you guys is not unusual. So, all month, Venus has been making advances on Capricorn, Saturn, and Pluto, strengthening the appeal of law, order, traditional security, long-term stability, okay? So, as Mars moves into Taurus on the 14th, which is actually Valentine's Day, and the Virgo full moon on the on the 19th or 18th, depending on where you are, coincides with the culminating clinch of Venus, Saturn, and Pluto. Our cosmic demand to apply energy and our will to really whatever makes us feel safe in the material world, our safety in terms of money, home, relationships, whatever is going to bring us stability, safety for the long term is going to be absolutely imperative, all right? So resist any allure of anything that tempts you or distracts you from any type of reality-based situation at this time. This is your energy and Taurus energy. I mean, that Virgo full moon, super moon on the 18th, 19th is the biggest super moon of the year. It'll be the time when the moon is absolutely closest to Earth in 2019. So it's really going to be full of your energy, Virgo, long-term practical energy, long-term stability, and we're going to have that showing up in our relationships for sure. So, single Virgos, let's get right into this. Single Virgos for love and romance on Valentine's Day and mid-February to the end of February. Love and romance for my single Virgos from the beginning of February to the end of February. Not beginning, sorry, middle of February. Why did I say beginning? Middle of February, the 14th to the end of February. Virgos for love, romance for my singles. Valentine's Day to the end of February. Ooh, what's this one? Knight of Swords. This is coming out for my single Virgos for love and romance. Ooh. Nine of Cups, awesome. And let's see what else is coming in here. Love and romance for my single Virgos. Eight of Cups. Okay. So let's get some clarifiers here. Clarify the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Cups here. Knight of Swords, the Nine of Cups here. What's coming out here? Ten of Swords. Interesting. What else is coming out here? These cards are flying out for you right now. All right, but too many at once. So let's just get one here for the Nine of Cups to the Eight of Chalices for my single Virgos. My Virgos who are single, or not in relationships, or that are might be in complicated situations. Seven of Swords, and let's get one more actually. Eight of Chalices. Clarify the Eight of Chalices. My single Virgos in love and romance here. Getting the Hangman. Alrighty, so let's take a good look at these guys here. The Knight of Swords is very rushed. This is very rushful, like, just not rushful, that's a really weird way to put it, but it's very rushed sword, mind-based energy, you know, thought-based energy, very quick as well. The Ten of Swords, I don't hate the Ten of Swords when it shows up, even though it is very painful, because it's showing that this is the end of this period, you know, this is the end. Tens are usually an end. And then right after we have the Nine of Cups. In the center of your love reading here, we do have the Nine of Cups. So, what is your wish? What is your hope here? What is your truest desire in terms of love? What is your truth? Is really what comes up when the Nine of Cups shows up here. It asks us to really take that emotional, that almost like Piscean energy of like wishes and, oh my God, wouldn't it be amazing, that dreamy energy. What is your love? What is your dream in terms of love? What kind of person would you want to be with? What is your ultimate happiest type of relationship that you're looking for? What is it that, or who is it that will make you happiest? And then taking that into the reality. With the Seven of Swords here and the Eight of Cups, it might be that we haven't moved on from something here. Or again, we needed to really look at what this energy is right here. What our true hopes and dreams are here. Because in a way, with that Knight of Swords in the beginning, because the Knight of Swords in this deck it kind of brings up almost cowardly behavior. You know, it's the frightened one. A sword cannot transform a baker into a warrior. So... And then the Ten of Swords here is, you know, the far-sighted one. To face the battle, you need more than one weapon. So we need to be a little bit more far-sighted, more realistic in approach to love here. So for single Virgos, surprisingly, you guys need to become a little bit more grounded. You need to ground your desires and whatever it is that you really want to love, and take it out of, you need to ground it in reality. Because right now it's all up in your head and it's subject to a lot of change, a lot of pain. You're making up situations, it feels like, in your head here. You're unwilling to kind of move forward on something in a proper way, it feels like, with that energy right there, if that makes sense. That's maybe not the right way to put it, but what is it saying? So you get a lot of swords energy here, and it's surrounding these two beautiful cup energies, which are, you know, about moving forward, about, again, what is your highest hopes and dreams? What is your dream love? But the Seven of Swords here is, you know, he who takes advantage, the battle trophy of one who has never fought. You're never going to get this if you don't bring it into reality, is really the message here. And a lot of the single signs are getting this. Leo kind of, Leo and Cancer both are going through big shifts in terms of how they're approaching love, and it feels like you're not alone. I mean, sorry, well, they're not alone because you're experiencing it as well here. Again, you're thinking about what do you want for the long term. You're willing to, it feels like, move forward emotionally. We're seeing things very clearly, very logically at this time. We're facing maybe some harsh realities about how we were approaching love. Maybe we've been too fearful of trying to get this, and even though we're fine on our own, wouldn't it be great to share that love with somebody else? Is also what I'm getting. You guys might be fine on your own, but you also, and at the same time, might be complaining about being alone, feeling like, you know, you're so caught up in your own energy and your own self and your own anxieties and whatever it is, however it is that you view love. And in my opinion, this could be a little bit negative. We're facing why that is. We're trying to look more at why, and we're trying to face more towards a positive view of love here. But the Nine of Cups is also kind of an unstable card in this deck here. The Nine of Chalices is the nest. A construction based on stolen emotions is fragile. So, that's a really interesting way to put it. If we're not being, again, grounded in our emotions, these are it's talking about stolen emotions. So, and with the Seven of Swords, it's, you know, almost a card of somebody who has taken, who takes and takes advantage of. And maybe you've realized you've maybe approached love and relationships in a harsher way than you should have been. What is the way I want to put this? It's like I'm trying to figure out how to put this into words. What an interesting feeling, Virgos. I'm trying to figure out how to say this also without sounding too harsh, because it's kind of a harsh message here, honestly. We're learning a harsh message in terms of love and how we've dealt with it. Maybe we've been holding on to a love or a situation from the past, and we're carrying all these swords from previous, maybe rejections, pain, whatever this is, and we're trying to carry this into the future. And if we've never really put our all into it with confidence and been upfront about our feelings, and this could be just one Virgo out there who's really resonating with this as a single Virgo, but if you have trouble communicating your true feelings to somebody when you do start to have feelings, when you do start to feel romantically attracted to somebody and it's gone wrong in the past, how have you approached it in the past? Have we approached it as a battle, as something that you need to be prepared for and have all these swords, or have you approached it in terms of just connecting emotionally? Have you approached it in a more maturely emotional way? Have you really thought about maybe, is this the way that this person really wants to be pursued? Is this the way that you would want to be pursued? We need to be looking at love, it feels like, and how we're approaching relationships and how we're looking at getting them from a different perspective here. Because to me, this feels like it's just such a harsh energy here. Wow. it just feels like you guys have gone about it wrong in the past, and we've been kind of harping on these past wounds, this past pain of who's done us wrong and why they've done us wrong. But in reality, this to me all signals that there's a deeper dissatisfaction with ourselves here. There's a deeper dissatisfaction with the role that we played in those past situations. And for some reason that's coming up for you here, because I think it's coming up for review because we need to move on emotionally. Sometimes I see the Eight of Cups as ascending to a more mature level emotionally. We're leaving some type of petty energy behind, some childish behaviors behind, something, again, behaviors that no longer are serving us in terms of love here. So that's really what's happening, I see, with the Seven of Swords, Eight of Cups, and the Hangman. Because Eight of Cups in this deck, sorry, I like to read all the descriptions of the cards from this deck because they are just great. The Fair, every emotion is unique and must be experienced in a different manner. The Hangman. The Hangman in this deck is, all about, looking at it from a different perspective. I mean, he's being held up this way, but he has to look above and below, really. Things are hidden behind other things. One must look both above and below to liberate oneself, suffering. So we have to kind of, the universe is saying, hey, Virgo, time to deal with these energies, time to deal with these emotions, things that we're continuously carrying into our current relationships or current, dating scenarios, whoever we're trying to date, trying to pursue here. Even if we're not trying to pursue anyone in particular, we're not pursuing it in a healthy way because our mindset is still stuck by something in the past here, stuck by, again, past situations, maybe even not forgiving ourselves, forgiving others. The Seven of Swords here, especially with the Hangman, says there's something beneath this, a certain pain, something that we've been carrying here that really needs to be looked at in order for us to move forward and attain this Nine of Cups. So I will say you guys have a pretty intense, pretty painful love reading for middle to the end of February, but also this is preparing you for the love that you want, and I do think it's going to prepare you for a healthy relationship and to move forward into love in a more healthy manner here. That's really the main message that I'm getting here, honestly. Some of us here, again, might have been wronged in the past, and we're carrying that into the future. But I think a lot of us here, deep down inside, are dissatisfied with how we dealt with the situation, how we felt about it, how we allowed it to happen. Something to do with our role in it. Okay, that's all I want to say now. Okay, that's it. We don't want to get too crazy here. And again, guys, if you want to book a love reading in the month of February, and you are a subscriber, you can take $6 off of any love reading you book. All the information on booking a reading with me is right below this video in my description box, okay? So, yeah. Alright, so let's get one card for Valentine's Day for my single Virgos. One card for Valentine's Day for my single Virgos here. In terms of love and relationships, what do the romance angels, goddesses of love, archangels have to say for my single Virgos here? This is my Doreen Virtue Romance Angels Oracle deck. We're getting trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Wow. And for the middle to the end of February for love and romance, what do the romance angels have to say? My single Virgos. Goddesses of love, single Virgos. What do they need to say? Retreat. Yeah, this is definitely a time of retreat. With that Eight of Cups, there's retreat here. Time to disconnect from the world. With that Hangman, that Eight of Cups, we need to go within. There's a need to go within and look at these feelings, look at these emotions, look at what's coming up here from a different perspective, okay? All right, trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. This is for Valentine's Day. In response to your question, the romance angels ask you to trust that everything is exactly as it needs to be. Do not add fear to the situation, which will only create drama and negativity. Instead, the angels ask you to realize your worries and Instead, the angels ask you to release your worries to them. Your present situation is here to bring you blessings and personal growth, leading to beautiful romantic love you so deeply desire and deserve. As you follow the pathway you're currently on, trust that it's leading you in the right direction. Your faith uplifts your energy, which in turn attracts positive experiences in people, including your romantic partner. This truly is a situation where with faith all things are possible. What a beautiful message here. So if you're having a hard time on Valentine's Day, please just trust and have faith that whatever you're going through is in your highest good to bring in your best partner, okay? Have faith, be positive. And your card for the second half of the month for love is retreat. So let's check out that. retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. The romance angels see that your love life blossoms as you spend time alone with your partner or by yourself. It appears that you've become confused or conflicted by other people's advice. It's time for you to disconnect so that you can better hear your own feelings and opinions. If you are in a partnership, spending time together apart from others will renew your commitment and take it to the next level. This could mean taking a vacation, going on a nature hike, enjoying a long drive, or turning off the phone's computer as you both enjoy a quiet afternoon at home. So, if you're presently single, this card guides you to spend time by yourself, meditating upon your true feelings and thoughts. Be sure to take action based on any intuitive guidance. This strengthens your energy, which helps you rapidly attract and manifest your loving partner. What a beautiful message, okay? So again, take some retreat, look within, see what it is you need to fix in order to bring in that partner that you really truly desire and want, all right? Okay, single Virgo. So those are your messages. We're going to move on to my coupled Virgos now. All right, coupled Virgos. So here is your love reading for mid-February to the end of February and Valentine's Day. We're going to use my classic Rider-Waite deck here to check out what's coming in for you in terms of love on Valentine's Day and for the rest of February. So coupled Virgos in terms of love. Coupled Virgos in terms of love, February 2019, love and romance. And guys, do check out my Pick a Card love reading for what's coming in for you for February 2019. Virgos, what's coming in for them, what do they need to know about Valentine's Day for love, middle of February to the end of February for love. Couple of Virgos, what's this? We get King of Cups, beautiful. Ooh, Death, wow, okay. There's a card behind it, but I saw this one first, and I'm only really drawn to pull this one, so we'll see if it shows up again. Wow, okay, King of Cups, Death. Some of you guys are definitely getting some Scorpio energy here. You're dealing with Scorpio. Alright, love and relationships for my coupled Virgos. Mid to the end of February. We're getting the Fool, reversed. Alright, so let's pull some clarifiers here, big energies. Alright, you guys have two major arcanas here, and one's reversed. King of Cups. Clarify the King of Cups for my couple Virgos for middle of February to end of February here. Eight of Wands. Clarify Death. Clarify the Death card for my couple Virgos here. King of Swords. Sorry that these are like bendy. They've been through a lot. These are my oldest cards. Alright. Clarify the Fool. Clarify the Fool for my couple, the Virgos. Fool reverse. What is spring up the Fool reverse in terms of love and romance? For my couple, the Virgos. Two of Swords. Alright, interesting. So some of us here might be making some distracting decisions. Which is interesting because this supermoon I feel like is really good for you guys. I thought it was going to be different energies for love for you guys, but, you know, again, I feel like we're looking at long-term stability, but also we're kind of afraid by it, kind of afraid of it. Maybe that's what's coming up here, is that we're afraid to make some changes for the long term. We're afraid to kind of step into something, so we might be sitting on the fence or making a decision that we're not really thinking that much about here. The King of Cups and the Eight of Wands here shows there's a lot of, maybe a lot of emotional communication around Valentine's Day, around the middle of the month there. Could also, again, be getting communication from a Scorpio or somebody like that. There's a very Scorpio, very Aquarian energy here of sharpness, decision-making, sharp endings. There's deep emotional talks that that are going to be transforming your relationship in some way. Some of us here might actually be experiencing the end of a relationship here with Death in the very center of your reading. Some of us here, again, could be deciding, hey, I have a lot of love to give to the world. I have a very open heart, and I'm receiving all these people that are interested in me right now, or I want to, you know, move this way, that way. I want to do something here. And There's Robbie. I might have something to tell to somebody, or again, I might have, oh my gosh, he's coming right up into the reading. All right, buddy. Excuse me. They're both, him and Miss Kitty do that to me all the time. Sorry. Anyway, some of you guys might have somebody come in that's just like, wow, just like Robbie just came in out of nowhere. You might be very interested in them, coming in very quickly, having a lot of passion, having a lot of connection. All of a sudden, you might decide to end your current partnership and in order to explore these new feelings, explore these new arrows of love here, these new avenues that you see that your life might be able to go into. Oh my gosh, excuse me. He likes to play a game where he stands directly behind you so that you trip so that he can yell at you. It's not a fun game. Anyways, death. Death in the center here with the King of Swords. Again, this might be a very sharp decision making. I see the King of Swords as taking the emotion out of something, making a clear-cut decision to end something, is often what I get with a very cold ending with death in the King of Swords. Some of you guys might have an ending with a water sign or an Aquarius. Could be with a Scorpio or an Aquarius, yeah. Doesn't have to be, though. Whatever this is with the Fool reverse, it feels kind of foolish. Like we haven't looked forward here. We haven't really, researched this necessarily. We're stepping into something that we really don't even know about based on, passion. So a lot of us here, I'm going to warn you guys, if you are in a partnership, do not be distracted. Do not go after somebody based on, how they make you feel in that first, 5 minutes or something. You might be swept off your feet or become really interested in somebody that might make you see your own relationship differently, and that's not, I don't know, it just feels kind of like, I don't know, I don't get the best feeling from it, honestly, being honest. There's reluctance to make a commitment here. Maybe some of you guys are hitting that point in your relationship where there's a decision. You make a commitment or you go the other way. You go this way or you go that way. And some of us here might have reluctance in that. We might be calling it off. We might be going off in a crazy direction here, going after somebody who's not usually our type and doing things that are not usually what we do. It does feel like you might be bringing disruption into your life here because you were unwilling to really see the choice for what it was, or really to see the situation from a more grounded, more realistic perspective here. Because there's this blinding, there's a purposeful blinding here to the reality of a situation, and that's exactly what I was wording about in the beginning of the reading. And I'm kind of surprised this energy shows up here for you because, again, you guys are Virgos, the supermoon is in your sign, but it's kind of like these big, intense energies are kind of making you guys feel very fearful, very afraid for this. And so in turn, instead of moving forward into something, a lot of us here might be ending something because we're afraid. We're afraid of where this is taking us, etc. Or again, some of us here could be traveling. There's the King of Cups, there's the Eight of Wands, there's this traveling card as well. Maybe travel by water, there's a lot of water. There's a lot of water energy here. So again, if some of you guys have been on vacation with your spouse or with somebody, either it's reawakening your life into a new direction and you don't know where it's going. I don't know. It's kind of weird though, because again, I just feel like there's a failure to commit here. There's a fear to commit. We're holding our ground and we're not saying anything about it. Or again, we're making a decision to end something and say like, no, we're not going to get married. We're not going to do this because that's just not me or something like that. You guys are kind of balking in the face of commitment and choosing to run off somewhere else instead of taking responsibility for where we're at. So be aware that energy might come up at this time. I'm trying to see if there's anything else I can get from this here. Any positive stories? Any more? Again, tarot is just one way to look at it. If you see this energy coming up, you can always do something about it. You can always change and shift it. Time is fluid. Our decision, we live on free will. This isn't just saying that this is exactly what's going to happen. Everybody has their own free will. Everybody has different placements. So again, don't freak out if you're cross-watching. You're like, my Virgo that I've been with for years is going to break up with me because they're cheating on me. It doesn't have to be that way. It could just be that, they want to travel. They want to do different things. And they've decided, it might be in their best interest at this time to end this in order to experience and pursue those things. Even though it kind of does seem foolish here, it does kind of seem like we're not really, thinking before we leap here. We're not really willing to make the efforts in terms of responsibility and commitment. It does seem like there's always a reason behind this. Why is there a fear of it? Why is this coming up here? Why are these feelings pushing us to run almost or to end something? So I want to say that you guys are going to take this death and take a relationship to the next level, but with the Fool reverse and the Two of Swords, I just don't see that, honestly. I really don't see that. There's definite stagnation there and unwillingness to move forward. Alright, so let's see. Let's pull one card for love for you guys for Valentine's Day. Alright, a couple Virgos for Valentine's Day. What do the Romance Angels have to say to you? Again, this is my Romance Angels Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. This is my classic Rider-Waite deck, for those of you who asked about my cards. Hope you guys like all my cute, dumb confetti everywhere. It's going to be a huge thing to clean up. Alright, Virgos for love for Valentine's Day. My couple Virgos for Valentine's Day. Messages of love for Valentine's Day. Honeymoon. Beautiful. So again, some of you guys feel like you're on a trip here, going on a trip, traveling by water. Alright, let's see. Terms of love and relationships for my couple Virgos from mid-February forward, the end of February. Messages, what will they be experiencing? Separation. Whoa, okay. Okay, okay, I don't mean to get upset, but like, time apart from your partner's on the horizon. Okay, so that's, it happens. Let's see, let's look at honeymoon first. But yeah, death, separation, it does feel like maybe some of us here are making that decision. Wow. Or maybe an air sign that we're with is making that decision here, King of Swords. Anyways, so again, if this isn't you guys, that this was striking you as, it could be your partner. I don't know. Alright, honeymoon. This card indicates the need for a getaway to nurture romantic love. The specific application of this message depends upon the person who is inquiring. For some, this card has a literal meaning. You are going away with your new spouse following your wedding. For those already in a long-time partnership, this card speaks to reigniting that spark by taking the romantic holiday. It can also relate to a honeymoon period of a new relationship, and still for others, this card indicates that you will meet someone special while on vacation. Alright, so that's for Valentine's Day, so enjoy love on Valentine's Day. Feel the love, don't worry about this. It'll happen when it happens or if it happens, okay? Maybe you just guys need a little bit of time apart. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. You guys might be the only ones that I have a title for on this, because you guys have an intense love reading. I think, again, it's because of that Virgo supermoon. Oh my god, as I fling the card at myself. Alright, the Romance Angels are helping you during this period of separation from your partner. This card comes to you as an indication of angelic support as you spend time away from each other. While you're apart, the angels can fill your hours with healthy activities which will help your present or future relationships. This card may indicate a temporary period of aloneness, such as while your partner is traveling for business, or a time in your life when you're single and preparing for your next relationship. It can also mean a marital separation or divorce. Call upon these angels for support and guidance during these transitions. They can help you discover the deep healing to be mined as you spend time alone, which prepares you for the next part of your relationship journey. So yeah, there's a lot of interesting travel and separation. We're not together. We're maybe, again, going off on our own at this time. I mean, it might not even be for forever, but we might need time apart. We might need to take a break. Those are healthy things for very serious relationships. If you're not ready to commit, it might be time to take some time apart to do you. All right? Okay, Virgos, so check out your monthly readings for February. Check out your yearlies and your weeklies, okay, for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Those will give you a better idea of what's happening, what's going on, and what to expect, okay? And if you guys want to book a private reading, again, all that information is right below this video in the description box. Have a beautiful Valentine's Day and rest of February, my lovely Virgos.